Hello boys and girls, here we are getting ready to do the next roll. I know I'm a little bit late with my schedule. I'm very late with my scheduling, but I've not been able to stay awake very much the last few days. I don't know what's going on with me, but I sleep a lot, and you know, it only affects my ability to keep doing this kind of stuff on a very regular basis as scheduled. I may end up having to just go to doing live streams without actually scheduling them and just hope people show up, because it's really hard for me to schedule a time and then take a half-hour nap that lasts 3 hours. So sometimes that happens to me. So we've got a large group of folks here today. Got 12 people now. Hey, Jeff Dunn, Farm Dog, Wanda Williams, Eric Byer, Patrick Creech, and Steve C. I've got my roll here. This is City National Bank and Trust of Chicago. This came out of downtown Chicago. The building is still there, and in fact, City National Bank and Trust is still up on the building, even though the building is now a luxury goods store. But here is the roll. Let me go ahead and get it open. Get this end of it pried open, and the other end should follow pretty easily. Here we go. Alright, now for the other end. There we go with that. Now I'm going to take the coins out, wrapper over the coins just like usual. 1957D has a number of different interesting things that we can be looking for. Namely RPMs and a number of doubled dies that show up generally on the last half of Liberty. A few doubled eyelids as well. Let's go ahead and get started on this roll and see what we find. Coin number 1, Paul Hampton. See if I've got this thing focused anywhere near correctly. Oh, wait a minute, I've got to get my camera out in front here. It is focused near correctly. Okay. Alright, here we have, hey Tim Kroll, how are you doing today? We have no double die that I can see here, and we have no RPM. So it appears as though this one's going to come out more or less normal. And we don't really have anything to be looking for that we know of on the reverse, although we will flip a few of these over and take a quick look at the reverse to see if perhaps we could maybe discover something new. This was facing the outside, so it's a little spotty. And so that's Paul Hampton's coin, coin number 1. Turns out to be a normal coin, so let me get this keyboard out of my way. There we go, got my keyboard out of the way. Can actually do a good coin hunt now. Coin number 2, Deanne. Get this pushed out of the way so we can see that better. There we go, coin number 2 for Deanne. What does Deanne get? Yeah, it looks like we've got the same die again. Got that slash through the lower 1-9. Here we've got nothing there. Anyway, take a look at the other side. There are a number of very nice RPMs for 1957D, and 57D is one of those years that the number of RPMs known is actually getting up there. I don't remember what we're up to, but it's over 50. Alright, that's for Deanne. Now coin number 3, Jim Fletcher. Oh, Techstar. And coin junkie, and this one is a different die, but it's not going to be a listable RPM. It's a very, very minor split on the lower serif. We're not going to count that. There are a number of very, very minor lower split serif RPMs out there. Oops, This one appears to be a double die too. So this one is a doubled eyelid, or appears to be a doubled eyelid. So we'll take memory of this particular die with the northeast die scratches going through the date area. And then what else do we have? We have, that's a mark on the lower vest. We got a couple of heavy die scratches near the rim below the L of Liberty. But I'm looking for something that we can actually use as a primary marker. There we go. Well, I guess we can use those heavier die scratches coming off the east side of the middle of the 9. That way we've got the family of die scratches, and then we've got the patriarch of the family right there on the 9. So we can remember it that way. So that's for Jim Fletcher. Appears to be a doubled eyelid plus a very minor RPM. Now coin number 4, Farm Dog. Farm Dog will get this coin. See what's on it. Okay. Get a good look at what's going on here. So I saw something on the east side of the mint mark, but it looks like that is a, yeah, it is. It's a die scratch. It's an older die scratch, but it is a die scratch. And we got nothing on the eye. Nothing on Liberty. And so we'll flip it over and take a look at the reverse on this one real quick. Give us a good shot at what's going on here. And it appears we got nothing. So we will continue to move on. That's coin number 4. Now coin number 5. Go Wi-Fi. See what's on coin number 5. It's another one of that first die in the roll that we came out with. It's got a bunch of die scratches, but it's got that one big slash through the lower 1-9 and another slash through the D mint mark. This one has no doubling on the coin. Let's see, keep looking around, see if we find anything else on the reverse of this one, and then we'll move on. So moving on to coin number 6. Now this is reveal number 240. I've got 4 more reveals to get done before tomorrow night, and I'm gonna try to do one of them this evening. I got 3 more to do. I got 241, 242, and 243. This is the 4th of those 4. Okay, so there's the patriarch die scratch of the 9. So we know this one is going to have that little doubled eyelid right there. So that's another one of that die. So I'm going to try to get number 241 done this evening, and then 242 and 243 will come during the day tomorrow. And I will have a short auction tomorrow, and I will not be selling reveals tomorrow. I have a lot of coins that I'm still working on getting through. It's kind of like a choked backlog of older reveal coins to make it through, and then I have a project I need to be working on where I need to take a little break from reveals so that I can get the other work done. And if I get that work done in any good time, I can come back. Here's going to be another one of the doubled eyelids right there. If I can get it done in any kind of good time, I will go back to doing maybe some roll digs or something to that effect, but I won't be doing any reveals this coming week. Just not a good week for it, and can't put too much on myself at once. But I will go back into doing reveals next week. As of next week, I will be back on reveals again. And here's coin number 8, James Worley. And James Worley, this is not one of the double eyelids. This is the one with the slash through the lower 1-9 of the date, so this has nothing on it. Hello, Coin Guy American. Steve, so far we're finding one minor doubled eyelid, and that's all, which also happens to be accompanied by an unlistable, very minor lower split serif RPM. Other than that, we've not found anything yet. I tend to have these headaches that I can't seem to shake. It's a little strange. I used to never have a headache. Into my 20s, I think I'd had maybe 5 headaches in my entire life. Now I have one just about every day. They're not real bad though. They just kind of feel like dehydration headaches, only they're not. Here's another one of the doubled eyelids. Right there. This one's going to Levels of Madness. Yeah, it could be from looking at my screen too much. Maybe I need to take a few days off. And that would be something that I could probably get done in a week that I'm not doing reveals. Get everything shipped out, get everything finished, and then just take a few days off. I was going to take part of this week off, but I decided not to because of the risk of travel. My wife is actually in Maryland right now, and I was going to be traveling to Maryland with her this week and decided not to go because of the risk from COVID. This is a different die altogether. I don't see anything unusual on this one. There's a little bit of a die chip inside the 9, another one inside the 5. I know of a few double dies like this, but this one is not a double die. It's also not a doubled eyelid. Let's take a look at the other side here. And nothing here. And that one's for Deanne. Now number 11. Techstar, yes I am. Simvastatin, I believe it is. This is another one with a slash through the lower 1/9 of the date. The recent change in my diet has put me in a position where I feel much better, but I'm very tired. I really don't know why. I think it could have something to do with a lack of exercise combined with medication. But the lack of exercise is all me. If it were warmer outside, I'd be wanting to get out more, but it's just chilly. There's another one of the ones with the slash through the lower 1/9 of the date. This is a nothing coin. These are very nice coins though. These things are all very decent choice to Gem BU coins. I know that sugar withdrawal is a thing. Boy, I tell you what, the other day I had a pounding headache, and I had almost dizziness, I guess I would report it as. And I felt dehydrated, I felt horrible. And my wife says, well, why don't you go get something that has sugar in it? I said, why? And she said, because sometimes you need a little bit of sugar. I thought, okay. So I grabbed a couple of gummy bears and chomped down a couple of gummy bears, and holy crap, man, it changed my life. Alright, Jeff, I'll do that. It's a little hard to keep these things all in some sort of good order because I don't have room to flip down, have it be readable, keep everything in the right place. Sherman, go. Dog's over here sniffing through my stuff. Alright, there's another one with the slash through the 1.9. Boy, if this was anything, we would have a whole bunch of them because, boy, this one's repeating itself a number of times. A caffeine headache? Is that a headache from caffeine, or is that a headache because of lack of caffeine? I can't have sugar, can't have caffeine. I may as well just crawl up in a little hole and die. Sugar and caffeine made up about, I'd say, like 50% of my total diet. This is another one of the doubled eyelids here. There it is. Yeah, I've kind of gotten where I am not necessarily needy of my sugar anymore. But man, don't take away my coffee. Holy crap, man. Take away my coffee, I'll turn into a demon. Alright, there's another one of the doubled eyelids right there. Jeff, I'm sure I do. I mean, the little bit of carbs that I do take in, I mean, I still have a little peanut butter spread out on a piece of bread once in a while. That's got sugar in it. And I just, I've cut out a lot of the sugar in my diet. I mean, you'd be surprised at how much sugar I've been stuffing in my body for the last 30 years. They caught up to me. Yeah, well, now I'm working on catching back up to it. There's another one of the doubled eyelids. You guys can see the little die scratch I'm talking about. It's that little white thing. It comes off the far right side of the 9, pointed toward the 5. It's one of the die scratches in all of these die scratches, and it happens to be one that just shines up really nicely right there on the edge of the 9. So I'm using that as my little marker to tell that I have one of these. A little doubled eyelid. Double eyelid. Take a look at the reverse on this one, see if we have any error, anything to be talking about, like a lamination peel, struck throughs, any of that kind of stuff. Nope. Since those can be one coin to one coin, you can have a coin that's completely normal and the very next coin have a big struck through, and then the very next coin be completely normal again. So you never know when you're going to run into something like that. This is coin number 18, Joe McBride. Joe is going to get one of the nothing coins because this one's got, it looks like there's only like 3 different die pairs in this entire roll, which doesn't totally surprise me. It's very clean though, you know, that you've only got 3 different dies in a roll. So then, Tim, you're saying I need more caffeine? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Mine's not a caffeine withdrawal, that's for sure. I've had 2 big cups of coffee today. And, now what else have I had? How much of anything? I had some hummus with some pita bread earlier. And I ate a healthy choice Chinese stir-fry TV dinner. That was about it. Here's another one of our double eyelids. And there it is. I do get leg cramps, but they're very infrequent. Like 3 or 4 per year, 5 per year. But man, when I get them, I'm usually asleep. It's in the middle of the night. And they send me jumping out of bed to stand up so I can get them stretched out. They hurt like hell. And I just have a few of them per year, though. Usually in my lower legs, like in my calf. They're not very common. But man, when they happen, they really hurt. It's another one of our nothing coins. Yeah, sure, caffeine affects different people in different ways. I used to say caffeine didn't affect me at all, and I will still say that caffeine does not keep me awake. Now, some people, if they have a hot tea with caffeine, and at 7 p.m. they won't sleep until 2 a.m. That's just not me. In fact, caffeine's about the only thing that does keep me awake enough hours of the day to call it a regular day. Here's Joe McBride. And Joe McBride will get one of the nothing coins. Got the slash running through the lower 1-9 of the date. Yeah, it's like me. I can drink coffee from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, and my coffee doesn't have enough caffeine in it to override my tolerance for caffeine. It's kind of like the people who drink like that Jolt soda or the Monster drinks that they get like 20 times the caffeine that's in coffee out of one can, and then they drink 3 cans of that per day. There's another one of my slash 1-9 nothing coins. It would be nice if this whole roll were the doubled eyelids instead, but it seems like more of the roll is coming out these than the doubled eyelids. But at least we're getting something out of the roll. At least it's not a complete dud. Here's Mark A. Let's see what Mark gets. Mark's going to get a doubled eyelid. There it is. Another doubled eyelid there. We do have quite a number of doubled eyelids in this roll, but it'd be nice if we just had more. And fewer of the slash dot coins like this one. My new avatar would be me with coffee. I don't know. I'm kind of a strange person when it comes to coffee. I can go on a trip and be out on a trip and not have coffee for 6 days, and it doesn't bother me at all. And then I come back home and I'll drink 3 big cups of coffee in a day. I think part of it's just a thing. I like the flavor of it, so since I like the flavor of coffee, here's a die that we haven't seen yet in this roll. So since I like the flavor of coffee, it's just something that, I don't know, works for me. Let's see if this happens to be a double die. Not a double die, but it is a die we have not seen. Has a filling in the bottom of the B there, little die chip. No double die lid. It has a die chip inside the upper 5 of the date too. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one just to be sure that we're not skipping something that has never been discovered. Never know, right? Not until you discover it, or that you discover that it isn't anything. And then that probably means 500 people have viewed a very similar reverse and found nothing. Or it could be that we're the first people to ever see that reverse design under a scope to find out that it has nothing. And there's another slash coin. Never thought about the fuse part. Could actually be a fuse. That's a good 50-cent fix to what could have been a $1,000 problem. Here's coin number 27 for Sir Ed. Coin number 27 now is going to be a doubled eyelid. Sir Ed gets a doubled eyelid there. Yay! Oh, my dog's in there trying to get water out of a dry dish. He drank all of it. I mean, he's been in there and drank water twice in the last hour. There's coin number 28, Farm Dog. farm dog is going to get a doubled eyelid. There it is. I guess it's time for me to go in and put water in the dog's dish. The hell's he barking at? There's nobody here except me and him. He's downstairs barking. Oh, he probably got his ball stuck under the couch. That's what he does. He pushes his ball underneath the couch and then barks at it until it comes out. He hasn't figured out that that doesn't ever happen on its own. The only way to get it out is to have a person come help you get it out. And barking doesn't do any good except to get a person over there quick. Alright, got another slash coin. Anything on the T's? We're talking about what T? Oh, the T's in trust. Hey, no, I don't. I really generally pay a whole lot of attention if there, although I would notice if there was something major going on there. Just I'm not going to see anything real minor because I don't generally subscribe to that. There's another one from Mark. You guys might hear the dog bark down there. He's just going to bark until I get finished because I'm not going to stop this to go down and get a ball out from underneath the couch for him. Oh, Mark. Well, this time around you've got yourself a normal coin. I think I've pulled your name out once already so far. At least once already. We're up to coin number 31 now. We're cruising right along. Let's see if I've got Mark's name on. I do have Mark's name on here. Mark, you are getting 2 so far. 2 doubled eyelid, doubled dies. Here's the next one for Wanda. Well, he's just going to sit down there and bark. There's another doubled eyelid. One for Wanda. Got a few little marks on the coin, but you can still see the doubled eyelid very clearly. Okay, hang on just a second. I'm back. Had to let the dog know I was up here so he would come back up here instead of sitting down there barking at something that's not going to change until I go down there, which I'm not going to do right now. So here he comes, and here he is. That worked. Got nothing going on there. This is our scarce die for the roll, but this die has no doubling. I think that's the second or third one of those I've seen in this roll. This one's going to be the doubled eyelid again. There it is. And got nothing else. Doubled eyelid though, that's Jim Fletcher. Coin number 33. Now coin number 34. Coin number 34 goes to Mike Birchman. Folks, I have taken 558 photographs of reveal coins during the month of January. 558 photos. I'm working on this backlog, getting it all finished up, getting to a point where I can actually ship all of this stuff to you guys. I intend on getting it done in the next 2 days. I think I'll be finished. Yeah, there's my headache. Oh, my headache is kind of constant regardless of what I do. Okay, that's a normal coin for Mike Birchman. I do believe it was. Got myself so involved in looking at it. There's coin number 35, Tim Morrell. 558 photos so far this month. That is an interesting mark right there. but I don't see anything else associated with a mint mark. There being a stick on the inside or anything that tells me this is part of a mint mark. So I just don't see any way of listing this as an RPM when I don't see anything that associates this with being a mint mark. It just looks like some sort of a old die scratch or something that just, it's a remnant die scratch, it looks like. So those are the kinds of things that you have to be ready to be watching for when you do go through rolls. You have to be sure that when you're finding things, you look around the area. And a lot of times your story is going to be told by the areas you're not looking at initially. So I could just look at that one little hook and say, wow, that looks like an RPM, I'll list it. But then when I look around the rest of the area, I see a whole bunch of die scratches that parallel that mark. And those die scratches that parallel that mark tell me I'm not seeing a real RPM. I'm seeing abrasions. That looks like an RPM right there. This one, I believe this one is a listed RPM. I'm going to pull it out and see. I've got no hub doubling on this one. This is the first instance of this particular die in this roll. So there we go. Nice roll. How much do they go for? We talking about how much did I charge for these coins? I think they were $2 a piece, $2 or $3 a piece. I think there were 2 a piece. Generally 50-70, I can go 2 a piece on them. Let's see. There's another slash coin. Got ourselves another normal coin here. And coin number 38 now, Tim Morrell. Tim Morrell, you going to be happier? No, this is a slash coin. This is a regular 1957D. Unfortunately. Wanda loves her new book. She finally found a copy of my book out there in the wild. Number 39, Doug Reese. Doug Reese gets himself a double eyelid. This one will be a double eyelid coin right there. Nice, nice. Like it when that happens. I'm probably going to work on trying to start up another reveal at 10 o'clock. I'll be finished with this one before 9:15. Here's Adam Chambers. I think I'm going to start up another one at 10 tonight. This one is a double eyelid. Another double eyelid. A lot of markers on this thing too. That'll help us out. These coins are all 63 plus, yes. I don't see any carbon spot issues on any of these. There's a few bag marks, but no real carbon issues. And there's no dirt or toning or other problems on these. There's another slash coin. Slash coin is going to be a regular one. And there is a little bit of carbon spotting on that one. No, that looks like a struck through. It is a struck through. It's a minor struck through. Yeah, there's no carbon on these. These are in pretty good shape. Alright, that's for Doug. Now coin number 42. Coin number 42 to Mike Birchman. And Mike Birchman will pick up another slash coin. So this is going to be a regular coin. Normal 57D. Now number 43. I'll be starting another reveal at 10 o'clock this evening. So you East Coasters are probably going to want to go to bed, but people out on the left coast, it's only, what, 7 p.m. So I'll give them a primetime show. It'll be kind of late for us, but I'll give them a primetime show. I'm feeling alright. I think I can stay awake until 11 o'clock. So I don't remember what the next show is. I think it's a 56D roll. Here's number 44, Steve A. And Steve A will get, it is a double eyelid. There it is. See, once you learn your roll as you're going through them, you can just start rifling right through it. Once you know the different dies, you can find everything there is to find in a roll inside of a couple of minutes. It doesn't take very long. But you get a little practice at it, get your muscle memory together for it. Here's coin number 45 now, Joe McBride. And Joe McBride's coin is a doubled eyelid. That one is one of the doubled eyelids. So we're getting a large number of that one die, which is a good thing. I mean, of course it's a good thing. There's over 10 of them in this roll. Alright. So there's that. Let's take 46, Jeff Dunn. Coin number 46 is Jeff Dunn. And this one is a double eyelid. There it is. So a large number of the doubled eyelids. I'm going to say 15. Probably 15 of them in this roll. Next coin goes to Yo Man. Yo Man gets a slash coin that's not anything other than a normal 1957D. There's a big struck through area there on the reverse. You can tell it's a struck through and not damage to the coin, first of all, because it doesn't transfer to the obverse of the coin. The second thing is that the whatever it is that got indented into the coin didn't have a like a crater-like splash up, a flange around the edge that will show you that it happened outside the die. This happened inside the die because, well, the die protected the field of the coin from rising upward because of the movement of metal. So basically what it did was it just kind of crunched the metal down even more with the tons of force that the coins are struck with, and you just can't do that. Once the coin leaves the die, you can't possibly replicate that issue. So that's had to be done while it was in the press. And that's coin number 47. Now coin number 48, Go Wi-Fi. Go Wi-Fi gets coin number 48. That's another slash coin. It's another normal one. Now coin number 49. Coin number 49 goes to Jim Worley. And this is coin number 49. It's another slash coin. Oop, that one has a spot on it. It'll be one of the first spots I've seen so far. Tim says he's going to guess 22 varieties. 22, huh? I don't think we're going to get 22 out of it. I don't think there's quite that many. But I haven't counted them. I'm just looking at the stack. And the last coin in the roll, coin number 50, does have spots on it, but it is a double eyelid. And that's for Adam Chambers. So, here's what we ended up with. I got one coin that I needed to take a better look at. This is coin number 36, and it goes to Sissy Atwell. It's a RPM that I only found one. Seems like I only found one of them in the roll. Now, here are the doubled eyelids for this roll. We've got 50, 46, 45, 44, 40, 39, 33, 31, 28, 27, 23, 19, 17, 16, 15, 13, 9, 7, 6, and 3. And that is, just watch for your name to come up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Straight up 20. So there's 20 little double dies in there. And I got one coin that's a RPM, which that's 21, which means I have, what, 29 coins that are normal right there. So there you go. That was a kind of a nice roll. Were you 0 for 3 in that roll? Oh, that's odd. 0 for 3, huh? Huh, you were. Wow. Okay. Sorry to see that. Let's see. I do have a little bit of an issue. I sold a roll as a 51D roll, but it was actually a 57D, so I'm going to have to replace it with something else. See, this looks like a 51D written on here. And the ends were covered over so that I couldn't see the date, so I bought this as a 51D roll. And then this evening, I actually went through and I used my fingernail and I scrunched down real tight on there and flip it out like that. You can see the 7 in there. So it's a 57D roll. I have to figure out how to replace that. I think I have a 51D roll here that I can replace it with. That reveal will be coming up tomorrow. I believe our 56D roll would be next. Is that correct? Yeah, 56D is the First National Bank of Chicago original bank wrap roll. It's reveal number 241. I'll go ahead and get it scheduled and we'll get it done at 10 o'clock. I'll see you guys then. Until then, have a great night. I'll see you then.